I am very excited because I am off to Wembley this weekend and I'm taking my son to go see Oasis and Cast and Richard Ashcroft, and it's a bit of a rite of passage for me because my dad took me to go see the Rolling Stones and that was the light bulb moment for me, and I'm hoping that is what sort of instigates my son into a career, a life in music. And I thought we would pick up the phone and we would give our pal John Power a call. Hello, John.
Yeah, hi Ben, how you doing? Okay.
I'm all right. Listen, how has it been, my friend?
It's too early to tell you the God's honest truth of how it's been at the moment. I mean, this is a little break I've had. I mean, we jumped on tour. I think it was June. We've come back now. The kids are back at school. It's autumn, and it's just been one amazing sort of ride, trip. Or 20. It'll be 23 shows on Sunday when we wave goodbye to the big galley ship that is Oasis as they move on. But it's been an absolute, probably the best summer of my life, I must say. It's been incredible.
Do you know what? The weird thing is, as a music fan, I've had a massive smile on my face all summer, just sort of soaking it in. And I only went to one show. You've been to 23, right? It was a joy to behold this. And actually what I am relieved about was that it actually sort of went beyond the hype. So often, these things are never as good as you want them to be. This was better, John.
It was indeed. It was better, and it was better every night. And I don't mean that a show was better. It's just that each night, I mean, it's just continued to sort of peak. Everyone I know who's been to a show on this tour, they've turned around to me afterwards and gone, "This is like one of the best nights of my life." And I just mean, in a musical sense, in an emotional sense, uplifting. I mean, like people have been, it's been very, very emotional. I've stood at the end. I've watched probably about 20 shows. I mean, right till the end. And every night, the minute it starts, bang, my arms are in the air. I'm singing along to these songs that I thought I knew, I knew them well. But it's just a different feel. Whether, it's this summer has captured the imagination and it's definitely exceeded expectations. I mean, just as a running thing from Cast into Richard Ashcroft into Oasis, you couldn't have got a better lineup. And I mean that. I mean, I've felt this thread go right through the whole show. I mean, and we've kind of all bonded. We all feel the energy from start to finish. But definitely the shows have been absolutely stratospheric in how high and how wide they've reached on personal levels. Everyone I've spoken to collectively unifying, doing all the right things that music should do. And I have said, and I'll say it again, I don't think any other band apart from post Beatles could have done, or certainly what I've witnessed on this tour could have achieved what Oasis have done. There's a certain feel going on between Liam and Noel. There's the band behind them, Gem and Bonehead and Andy and Joey. I mean, they're moving and grooving like a real band. There's a great fluidness to it all. Richard Ashcroft has been singing from his soul, pushing it every night, and Cast have been going on and just kick-starting the whole thing. And I know, speaking to Richard, speaking to Noel, speaking to the band, speaking to each other, that we're all sort of passing that energy on, and when Cast go on and we start the show with high energy, rock and roll, pop songs, you know what I mean? And then Richard sees that. As we're going off, he's getting ready to come on. We give each other a wink and a nod and all that, maybe a quick chat. And they're like, well, you've just seen Cast, raise the bar. We've got to go on now and do, a match and not better. And it just keeps going like that. And so there's a real collective feeling to the shows. As I said, it's been far more than a show. It's been a happening. And there's no doubt about it. Whatever happens in the future with Oasis, and I'm sure after this they're gonna. I mean, I don't know. I have no inside information, but I couldn't see this, kind of just petering out. There's an energy to the band at the moment, but it's just kind of this moment, this original kind of summer where they first got back together, and these shows, this tour, I mean, it's something special, something that will probably never be repeated, just because of the timing. You know, the way the world is, the way the audiences have been anticipating it, the way they've been away for so long. The whole summer's been it's been like a summer of love, Britpop, whatever you want to call it. There's been something special, and I've been witnessing it, and I've been a part of it. I mean, we didn't just jump up and do a couple of shows as special guests. As I said, this will be 23 shows of this tour.
And what I love about what I've seen is that actually, and all the fans were saying, you know, you go to see Cast, you go to see Richard Ashcroft, you quite happily go home after that, and then then you've got Oasis.
Yeah, I mean, it has been, honestly, it's been absolutely mind-blowing in its emotion. I mean, as I said, every single night, I mean, I'm genuinely singing my head off, you know. I mean, it's kind of very strange for it to have that effect on people, and it's having that effect on me.
Would you do more? I mean, obviously you're saying you don't know, and maybe you do, and maybe you don't. I don't know, but would you do more?
Would we do more?
With Oasis? Would you do more with Oasis?
Listen, on Sunday it's going to be a kind of, you know, bittersweet. Richard will tell you all about that word, but it's going to be bittersweet because I mean, obviously it's going to be like a bit heartbreaking to kind of leave the show, leave the tour, but also, I mean, we're so glad to have been a part of this. So it's not, you know, it's going to be a bit odd, you know, because we've had such an amazing journey with Oasis and with Richard Ashcroft. And with all the people we're talking, I don't know how many people have come to the shows, over 1 million people or whatever. You know, it's been such a journey that we've all experienced together. It will, you know, to be honest with you, if we didn't have our 30th anniversary tour at the end of October, November and December to catch the band, I'd probably have to go to counselling to get over it.
But I think actually, you know, and obviously we can only speculate, but the way to wrap this up perfectly would be by doing some dates at Knebworth. I think that would, because otherwise it just can't stop. It just can't sort of finish. What do you think?
Look, people have been mentioning that. I mean, I haven't, you know, I've got no inside information. One, because I don't, you know, you'd be surprised that actual musicians and bands and that, you know, they tend to talk about the aesthetics and the ethereal and how great the show was and all that. You know, we're not the managers and the agents. Listen, I mean, there are rumours flying around, you know, that I couldn't verify that you know, they're going to continue playing. I hope they do. And I hope to God that we're a part of it, because it's been such an amazing experience.
But you are continuing, and you just mentioned it earlier on, this tour that you've got coming up in November, celebrating 30 years of All Change. Are you excited about getting out there and doing like a full run, a full show? Because like every time I've spoken to mates that have seen these shows, everyone has said, 40 minutes, it's not enough cast.
No, I totally get you. I mean, I am looking forward to have like an hour and a half, you know, where it's our show, where, you know, I can play song. Obviously, we're going to be playing all the songs of All Change, you know, the album, debut album, classic album. But we've got other hits from other albums to play. And then we've got new material, Love Is the Call, that came out a year or two ago. We've got Yeah, 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 which is coming out in January the 30th. The songs, we've got Poison Vine, which yourselves have been playing with P.P. Arnold this summer.
Love her.
Yeah, we love it. I should be jumping up on Wembley on Saturday and Sunday with us to do Poison Vine. So that's going to be a blast. So there's all these things that I'll be looking forward to. Also, the energy and the whole kind of experience of these shows when we go into, like, say, the Shepherd's Bush Empire, for instance, or that size auditorium. You know, we're really going to be... I mean, Cast are in such a great place as a band, performance-wise and in other creatively. It's like I just think that's going to, you know, when we see an audience that's ours 100%, I mean, everything that we've experienced in this summer is gonna show itself in our tour in October and November. So I just think it's going to be yeah, I mean, I can't stop.
I love your enthusiasm. I love your energy, your passion for music as a fan, and then you get up there and do it yourself. And I cannot wait to see the band again at the weekend. And we're looking forward to hearing the rest of the album, because Poison Vine kind of feels to me like it's setting up the rest of the album come the new year. Yeah, Yeah, Yeah is the new record. And would you come in then and maybe do some of those songs live for us?
Of course, Ben. Definitely, yeah, that'd be great. You know, we'll be coming. You know, I'll be popping in all the time now. You know, I mean, I did have a kind of. I was doing a show, wasn't I, on Virgin?
You're welcome back anytime, my
For about
friend.
8 weeks. So you know, I'm kind of, you know, I kind of got. I know where the back door key is now. I can just I'll let myself in.
It's under the little rock, right?
Yeah.
Just let yourself in. John,
Yeah.
it's lovely to talk to you as always. Have an amazing time. There'll be a bloke in a baseball cap waving at you,
Yeah.
okay, on Saturday evening. That's me, my friend, all right?
I'll look out for you, Ben. All right, mate.
See you soon.
Take it easy, La.
Virgin Radio.